Hey guys, it's Ree, and this is my March monthly wrap-up and my April TBR. Alright, so let's just get started. I don't have that many books, that's why I actually have my TBR in with my wrap-up. And I haven't been doing a TBR for a while. I kind of just been picking books up randomly, but I actually have a little slight pile of books that I want to read, so that will be my TBR. So let's just get started. The first one that I read is Company of the Dead by John Bringham, whatever. It was a wonderful premise. It was a strong start. It kind of slowed during the middle. It was about Titanic. It was lovely, but I just wanted more out of it. The next book that I read was The Funeral Dress by Susan Gregg Gilmore. It was a really good book. It was kind of sad though. The world is very realistic and the characters were very fascinating. I actually really liked this book. It was pretty good. It was just very sad. I felt for the main character, Olive Fields. Right. The next thing that I read is The Golden Lily by Rochelle Mead, and I absolutely love this book. I'm thinking about doing a book talk kind of thing about it. After reading about Bloodlines, I stalked my library for The Golden Lily, and I could not wait to actually read it. I'm starting to grow in liking Sydney's character a lot more. I'm really glad that she's starting to fight back instead of just being kind of scared and helpless. And oh my goodness, can I say that I am like in hearts with Adrian. He is so amazing as a character. I loved him in Vampire Academy, and it's just, I love seeing more of his character. It's amazing. The next thing is not a library book. It is a book that I have on my IP, and it is My Name is Rapunzel by K.C. Hilton. I loved the retelling of Rapunzel. It was very good. It was something that I haven't seen before. It was very surprising. I loved it. It was a really good book. I really enjoyed it. I just kind of wish there was a little bit more. Oh! Sorry. I totally forgot I read this, but I also read Tempting Fate by... Yeah, sorry about that. My memory card was full, and it's kind of slanted, but whatever. We'll just keep filming. Alright, so the next book that I have, I actually lied, I do have my own very book. This is Tempting Fate by Jane Green, and this is the very first arc that I've ever received. I was really excited. I started texting my mom and like some of my friends that yeah, I was so excited to receive this book. Let's see, Tempting Fate. I was excited to receive my very first arc ever. This was a very intelligent read. It was very good insight into adultery and divorce and what it means to be a woman and a mother and all that. And I was not prepared for the feels. I actually did not know anything about this book. But reading it was a really good read. It was a little bit outside of my normal reads, but I was excited to read it, and it was a really good book. I'm not saying that just because it's ended to me. I actually would read it again. I really liked this book. It was really good, and yeah. Alright. The next thing that I read was FML by Sean David Hutchinson. This book was very interesting in the beginning. It was alright. I didn't really like it, and I didn't really hate it. It was an okay read. The next thing that I read, sorry, my voice is giving out, is The Indigo Spell by Rochelle Mead. These books get better and better each time that I read them. Or as the series goes on is what I meant to say. There's so many things that happen in here, so many plot twists that happen. I was so excited to read it. I was excited for the Adrian and Sydney, to see how their relationship would, you know, can't say that because of this stuff. Well, I can't say too much because if I say too much then you'll ruining the series for you. But I actually really love this series. It had me all over the place. I was irritated with Sydney at some points, and I felt sorry for Adrian in other places, and it was a really good book. I really like it. I'm really excited to read the next one. Alright, The next book that I read was Under the Dome by Stephen King, and this book, it's an ordinary sunny day, and all of a sudden, hedgehogs are exploding in two, there's a lady gardening, and her freaking hands, like, get cut off. It was amazing. It was very violent, there's a lot of death. I had to read another book that is coming up next after that, but I had to read something happy. But I really, really liked this book. It was amazing. As the book went on, I couldn't put it down. It was so, so good. I really, really loved it. I mean, some of the characters were really pissing me off, but I actually really enjoyed the book, and yeah. Alright, and I think the last book that I read is The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith. And this is the first time I've ever read anything by Jennifer E. Smith. I heard a lot of things about this book. I heard that it was very happy. I loved this book. It was so cute and charming, and there was actually like real life issues in it. It wasn't like all fluffy, which was amazing. At first when I read the title, and I thought it would be, oh, rainbows and butterflies and all kinds of happy stuff, but I'm really, really, really glad that they had like actual, you know, actual problems and actual like stuff that they had to go through. And I really, really loved it. It was really good, and yeah, I want to buy that for myself, for my shelves. I really, really do. But maybe later. Alright, so that's everything that I read in March, and then I have 4 books that I really, really want to read. Let's see. And for the month of April, this isn't what I'm going to read because there's like a year-a-thon that's being hosted, and I forget who's. Hold on. Alright, so there's this thing that's going on. It's a year-a-thon, and every month is like a theme, like a week out of the month. There's a theme of like a readathon that you want to do. And I did, which I think I did the Harry Potter one. I didn't do Twilight this month. But I did Harry Potter in February. That's why I reread all of the books. But this month, and oh sorry, it's I saw it from Alyssa from AC Readers, and I thought it was a really, really good idea. So I'm going to be doing the rereadathon. I'm going to have a separate video on what books I'm actually going to be reading on the rereadathon, and that's from April 7th to the 13th, but since I'm doing a video every day, I think I'm going to have that as a separate video. But these aren't all the books that I'm going to read, obviously. These are the 4 books that I'm really, really looking forward to reading throughout this month, so this is my TBR. It's very short. And the first one is Divergent by Veronica Roth. Yes, I have not read this yet. I just got it. I'm very, very excited to read this because my sister and my mother read it, and they said it was amazing, so I'm really, really excited. The next book that I'm going to read is The Program by Suzanne Young, and I think I've heard this from Kitty Tastic. I'm pretty sure, I'm not exactly sure, most likely. But I'm really, really glad that I got this, and I'm really glad that I'm going to be reading it. I'm super excited. The next 2 are books from the library, and the first one is The Fiery Heart by Rochelle Mead, and I'm just really excited to see where the series goes. It's from the Bloodline series, obviously, and I'm just excited to read it. And then the last one that I'm really, really excited, I keep saying that, to read is This Is What Happy Looks Like, and this is another book from Jennifer E. Smith, and I'm very excited to read this. It's just hopefully going to be another light and fluffy one, and hopefully I will love it just as much, if not more, than The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight. So that's it for today's Veda video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Bye! That's all for today's video. That is the, yeah, so that is the other video for my monthly wrap.